Michel Barnier is adopting a classic beggar thy neighbour strategy with Britain by exploiting the euro's structural undervaluation, a trade expert has claimed. The latest round of Brexit talks broke out last week with the EU's chief Brexit negotiator, Michel Barnier, saying that a trade deal with the UK by the end of the year appears unlikely. After 4 days in London, the French politician told reporters in a virtual press conference that the two sides were still far away from agreement with just 3 full months to go before the October 31 deadline. Despite signs of compromise in some key issues, including on the need for a single deal rather than multiple sectoral agreements, Mr. Barnier said there had been no progress on the two most difficult areas, the rights of European fleets in British waters and the so-called level playing field. According to Brussels, Britain should accept EU rules on competition, subsidies, social protection and the environment. However, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pledged the exact opposite, in order to be able to strike free trade deals around the world. As tensions are set to rise and the clock ticks down, a recent report for Global Vision UK written by economics professor David Blake sheds light on the bloc's negotiating strategy. Professor Blake, who is also a member of Economists for Free Trade, explained why the level playing field is so important to Brussels. He wrote, "Brussels is worried that the UK will become a super-competitive, deregulated, Singapore-on-Thames that undercuts the prices of products produced in the EU, in the same way that China does." However, the professor noted, the opposite is the case. He said, "It is the 19 EU member states operating a single currency, the euro, in the Eurozone, EZ, that are dumping their goods onto world markets, in particular the UK, because the euro is a structurally undervalued currency. The global economic and financial community regards the euro as just another currency. However, the euro is not just another currency. First, it is an incomplete currency. Unlike every other currency, there is no single sovereign standing behind it. Each member state stands behind the euro only to a certain percentage and collectively the member states do not share joint and several liability. This makes them sub-sovereign members of the eurozone." Second, Professor Blake wrote, "It is an artificially constructed currency, as a consequence of the fixed rates used when it was introduced in 1999 to convert the domestic currencies of eurozone members into euros.